Are you guys confused about which Pokemon to pick or to buy in 2024 that are in meta and which can carry the entire game? Don't worry, in this video I will show you top 10 best Pokemon for solo ranking in 2024, so you don't have to waste your coin on wrong Pokemon. By the way, every week I upload a guide video on Pokemon Unite, so make sure to visit my channel at least once in a week so you can get more this type of Unite content. Now, without wasting any time, let's begin the video. In the number 10, we have Dragonite. Dragonite is one of the Pokemon which deals highest amount of damage in terms of melee attacking. The damage he deals from the basic attack is totally brutal. Because of this, the Dragonite has the potential damage to take down the squishy Pokemon in just 2 or 3 basic attack. There is no Pokemon that can defeat Dragonite in 1 versus 1. It's almost become impossible to stop Dragonite if enemy team does not have any stun Pokemon. The only problem with the Dragonite is in the early game. He needs lots of pump to evolve into Dragonite. That's why I would like to suggest you that in the early game you should go in the jungle so you can level up faster. And thanks to the new update, now it requires only level 8 to evolve into Dragonite. And for the best moveset for Dragonite, I would recommend you to take Outrage and Dragon Dance. Because if you take Outrage, it will massively enhance the basic attack damage of Dragonite. And Dragon Dance increases the basic attack speed. And these two are one of the best build for Dragonite. If you like stacking with Dragonite, you can use this build, but if you don't like stacking with Dragonite, you can use this build. For the battle item, you can either take X speed or eject button, and here's the boost emblem for Dragonite. In the number 9, we have the Blue Kitty Glaceon. Glaceon is one of the Pokemon which can deal massive amount of damage from the backline. The cooldown of her moveset are quite low. Because of this, she is one of the most reliable backline. And about her damage, she can literally one-shot the squishy Pokemon. One thing I love most about the Glaceon is her passive ability called Runaway. With this passive, she can literally immune any stun effect, and for 1 second she becomes invisible. The mobility of the Glaceon is also quite good. Because of this, it becomes super hard to kill Glaceon. She is one of the Pokemon which can deal massive amount of damage even in the early game. The power spike of Glaceon comes when he reaches only level 6. Because of this, she can dominate the early game very effectively. Glaceon is one of the Pokemon which is very easy to master and beginner friendly. And if you are new in Pokemon Unite and looking for a strong Pokemon, I would suggest you to play Glaceon. In the early game, you should go either in the top lane or the bottom lane, because Glaceon does not require much level up. And while playing Glaceon, always stick with the teammate, especially with the defender or the supporter. And about the best moveset for Glaceon, I would suggest you to take Icicle Spear and Ice Shard. With Icicle Spear, you can literally one-shot the squishy Pokemon, and moreover, it has very low cooldown. Because of this, you can use it very frequently in a team fight. And Ice Shard increases the basic attack speed and movement speed, and it also helps you to charge the Icicle Spear faster. And this is one of the best build for Glaceon. And here's the boost emblem for our Blue Kitty. In the number 8, we have Greninja. Greninja is one of the Pokemon which has very good mobility and damage. He is one of the best attacker among all the other attacker Pokemon, especially for the solo ranking, because Greninja is totally like an assassin. Because of his good mobility, he can dive in and take down the damage dealer of opposing Pokemon. With most of the attacker Pokemon, you have to play passively and stay behind the defender or the supporter. But it's not the case with the Greninja. With Greninja, you can play super aggressive only if you know how to play him properly. Because of unique moveset of Greninja, he can easily outplay the opposing Pokemon. It is super hard to kill or to catch Greninja unless you have a very high mobility Pokemon. And it is quite hard to master Greninja. You need lots of practice to master him properly. The only problem with the Greninja is in the early game. The damage he deals in the early game is quite low. The power spike of Greninja comes when he reaches level 7. That's why I would like to suggest you that in the early game you should go in the jungle so you can level up faster. And about the best moveset for Greninja, all the moveset of Greninja is good. You must use Surf and Smoke Screen together, and Water Shuriken with double team. And this is one of the best build for Greninja. You must use this build for Smoke Screen and Surf, and you can use both of this build on Water Shuriken and double team. And here's the boost emblem for our assassin Greninja. In the number 7 we have Metagross. Recently the Metagross has got slightly nerfed. Because of this he is in the number 7, or else Metagross would have been in top 3 or top 2. Anyways, apart from the nerf, Metagross is still a really good Pokemon, especially for the solo ranking. The damage that the Metagross deal is totally insane. It becomes super scary for the squishy Pokemon because Metagross can take them down in just 2 or 3 shots. Metagross is one of the Pokemon which has the damage, the mobility, and most importantly the durability. Because of his good mobility, he can easily dive in the backline of the opposing Pokemon and kill the squishy Pokemon. And if Metagross get proper farm in the early game, he can literally do 1v3 or 1v4 very easily. But the only problem with Metagross is in the early game. His early game is quite weak. That's why I would like to suggest you that you should go in the jungle, especially in the early game, so you can level up faster and reach your power spike. And about the best moveset for Metagross, you can either use Meteor Mash with Magnet Rise or Gyro Ball with Magnet Rise, and these two are one of the best build for Metagross. And here's the boost emblem. You can take a screenshot if you want. In the number 6 we have Giraura. Giraura is one of the Pokemon which has very good mobility as well as the damage. The cooldown of her moveset are also quite okay, and the burst damage of Giraura is totally insane. He can literally one-shot the squishy Pokemon. Not only that, he can even penetrate through the defense of the defender and supporter. This is what makes Giraura so scary. Because of his good mobility, he can easily dive in the backline of the opposing Pokemon and kill the damage dealer. And Giraura power spike comes when he reaches level 7. So I would like to suggest you that in the early game you should go in the jungle so you can level up faster. And about the best moveset for Giraura, all the moveset of Giraura are good, but I usually use Spark with Discharge because these two moveset has better burst damage than other two moveset, and these are one of the best build for Giraura. And for the battle item, I usually take X attack because I believe in damage supremacy. Here's the boost emblem. You can take a screenshot if you want. In the number 5 we have none other than Mimikyu. Recently Mimikyu has also received slightly a nerf. Because of this, Mimikyu is in the number 5, or else Mimikyu would have been definitely in the top 1. Anyways, apart from the nerf, Mimikyu is still a really good Pokemon. The damage of Mimikyu is still really good. He can literally one-shot any squishy Pokemon, but the mobility of the Mimikyu is quite bad. One thing I love most about the Mimikyu is he is single target mark Pokemon. Because of this, Mimikyu can take down the damage dealer Pokemon of enemy one by one, and the power spike of Mimikyu comes when he reaches level 7. So in the early game you should definitely go in the jungle so you can level up faster. And about the best moveset for Mimikyu, always take Play Rough and Shadow Sneak. With Play Rough you can literally one-shot the squishy Pokemon. With Shadow Sneak you can mark the designated target and teleport into them, and whenever you kill a target which has the Shadow Sneak mark, the cooldown of the Shadow Sneak gets refreshed. Because of this, in a team fight you can use the Shadow Sneak continuously. And here's the build for Mimikyu. For the battle item, always take eject button. And here's the boost emblem for Mimikyu. You can take screenshot if you want. In the number 4 we have none other than Zoroark. Zoroark has also slightly received a nerf. I don't know why. Pokemon Unite keep on nerfing the good Pokemon. Anyways, apart from the nerf, Zoroark is still a really good Pokemon. He is really worth to buy. Even though Zoroark has received nerf, still he is being used in the professional tournament. The main reason is Zoroark has really good mobility as well as the damage. Zoroark has the ability to rotate the lane faster than any other Pokemon, and the power spike of Zoroark comes when he reaches level 5. Because of this, Zoroark can dominate the early game very effectively. And about the best moveset for Zoroark, always take Shadow Claw and Feint Attack, because with these two moveset you won't even give a chance to enemy to move. But to do this you have to practice Zoroark a lot. Zoroark is one of the most hardest Pokemon to master in Pokemon Unite, and if you are new in Pokemon Unite, I won't suggest you to play Zoroark because it will be super hard for you to play Zoroark. And here's the build. For the battle item, always take Full Heal, and here's the boost emblem for Zoroark. In the number 3, we have none other than Meowscarada. Meowscarada is one of the Pokemon which deals massive amount of damage with his basic attack. The damage of the Meowscarada is so scary that he can literally one-shot any squishy Pokemon. The damage that Meowscarada deals is totally brutal, and the mobility of the Meowscarada is also quite good. Even in the early game, Meowscarada deals decent damage. One thing I love most about the Meowscarada is his passive called Overgrow. With this passive, Meowscarada can become invisible for 1.5 seconds. This passive is activated when the HP of Meowscarada is less than 50, and it increases the damage by 20% and HP regain by 20%. About the best moveset for Meowscarada, it's Night Slash and Trial Blade. With these two movesets, you can deal massive amount of damage. And here's the build for Meowscarada. For the battle item, always take eject button, and here's the boost emblem. You can take screenshot if you want. In the number 2, we have none other than Absol. Absol is one of the Pokemon which deal highest amounts of damage in terms of critical rate. The damage of Absol is so insane that he can literally one-shot any squishy Pokemon. Not only that, he can even penetrate through the defense of the defender and supporter. And the mobility of the Absol is also quite good. He can easily dive in the backline of the opposing Pokemon and take down the damage dealer. And to master Absol is also quite easy. You don't need lots of practice to master him properly. Even in the early game, the damage of Absol is quite good. The power spike of Absol come when he reaches level 7. So in the early game, I would like to suggest you that you should go in the jungle so you can level up faster and reach level 7. And after reaching level 7, try to play aggressive as much as you can. Even in the level 7, Absol can easily one-shot the squishy Pokemon. And about the best moveset for Absol, it's Night Slash and Psycho Cut. With these two moveset, you can easily one-shot any squishy Pokemon. And here's the build for Absol. For the battle item, always take eject button because it will help you to dive in the backline of the opposing Pokemon. And here's the boost emblem. You can take screenshot if you want. In the number 1, we have none other than Gengar. In 2023, Gengar was the top 1 Pokemon for solo ranking in Pokemon Unite. And still, in 2024, Gengar is the top 1 Pokemon for solo ranking. And I don't think there is any Pokemon that is stronger than Gengar in the category of solo ranking. Gengar is the only Pokemon which does the pure one-shot kill to the squishy Pokemon. Even if you are losing in the early game with Gengar, there is always chance you can come back in the late game. Because with his Unite move, Gengar can easily go into the backline of the opposing Pokemon and take down the damage dealer one by one. Gengar's power spike come when he reaches level 7. So in the early game, you should always go in the jungle so you can level up faster and reach level 7. And after reaching level 7, try to play aggressive because he can literally do one shot even in level 7. About the best moveset for Gengar, it's definitely Shadow Ball and Dream Eater. With these two moveset, you can literally do one shot to the squishy Pokemon. Whenever you use the Dream Eater, it reduces the cooldown of Shadow Ball. And when you kill the Pokemon which has the mark of Dream Eater, the cooldown of the Dream Eater gets reset. Because of this, Gengar can use the moveset simultaneously. This is why Gengar is one of the best Pokemon in the category of solo ranking. And here's the build for Gengar. This is the boost emblem. You can take a screenshot if you want. That's it for today, guys. And if this video was helpful for you, please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.